Greetings, welcome to Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jefficho, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, Episode 7, Lower Decks, Much Ado About Boimler.
Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like there was actually that much ado about Boimler. Like, they kind of just shuffled him off.
Yeah, he was the B story, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about that dog, though?
Oh, we like the dog. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris, this episode starts out with a shot at Chain of Command.
Yes.
They're all training in their little black outfits, but they're actually just going to go plant to plant.
Yeah, that's just about planting seeds. I do like when we check in with the captain later how seriously she's taken. We could be called to plant these seeds at any time.
Godspeed, Captain. Okay, so they might plant seeds? Huh? Sounds like they're on a very important mission.
Yeah, very important mission.
Mm-hmm. And the references to that episode were pretty heavy, and they kept coming. We even name dropped Jellicoe.
Yeah, babysitter captain, another Jellicoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Amina, an old friend of Beckett's, academy buddies, and yeah, they were gonna. She liked her so much she wanted to be her first officer.
I don't even think can you do that outside of the Abrams universe? Can you have an ensign as your first officer?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I mean, acting first officer, sure.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But she was. I mean, the offer was open to be her first officer, and yeah, Beckett was purposely screwing up, but the whole crew just watching her, you're like, you want to make that our first officer? It's a really big endorsement there.
Yes, right.
Just to be clear, this is a normal dog, and she's messing with us.
Not a normal dog. Wake me up if it turns into something I need to care about.
Chris, tell me more about this dog.
He's a very good boy. He's delightfully genetically engineered, and we're learning as we go along that Tendi has absolutely no idea what a dog is or does. She's got how it looks down, so she's seen a photo of a dog, but I really want to know what her research looked like, where it just turns into a cube, crunkles away. I wanted to see more of this dog and more of the Lovecraftian horrors that it turns into.
It creeped me out when it went on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was all spider-like.
Yeah, wake me up when it transforms into something I have to care about.
Yeah. Brad decides to help out Sam with the transporter little adjustments that Sam's making.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why not? Jordy did it.
Yeah.
It makes him glowy.
And loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
I like that was a thing that didn't go away. It waited till he actually fixed it. It wasn't just a 2-second joke. What, guys? Up on the bridge. Go to sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
Ow! Why are you still taking samples? I figured it out!
All right, Boimler's back, baby. It's time to kiss some visiting butt. Wait, I'm still all phasey. Yeah.
Doc's just testing him for everything. And then they call Division 14, Chris.
I don't think we've heard of these guys before. I think this is new.
No, they deal with unsolvable space illnesses and science mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a sweet ship.
We have a very non-Federation looking ship here. I think a lot of people are saying it looks like something out of Warhammer 40k. I'm not super familiar with that universe myself, but...
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it in other sci-fis.
Yeah.
But NX ship Osler.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting a bit more out of the reference there, but looking it up, it seems to be it's a reference to Dr. Osler, that was one of the founding members of Johns Hopkins. So I'm not sure exactly what they were going for with that one, but that looks likely.
I felt like they were going through hyperspace from Babylon 5, because every time they showed the ship traveling, it was in a purple nebula.
Oh, yeah. Well, purple's the creepy color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's definitely good atmosphere around that ship.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings. I am the Division 14 medical specialist.
Aw, thank you. I'm Tendi, and this is my dog, the dog. And let the record show, we're here under protest.
They had some oddities in there, too.
They did, but
Freaks.
I want to talk about the captain or whatever. First of all, he's doing excellent, and he's wearing his mask. That's important.
Yeah, this is oh man, not the mask.
No, it's important. And he is the same species as Eric's from the animated series, who was their helmsman. And I feel like I'm always calling out references to the animated series. Like, people love referencing that. And I think they're just doing it for Trek cred. Like, it's like, oh, okay, we're going to show how hardcore we are. We're going to reference the animated series. Because it's like, it's not even that well known by fans.
I literally watched the first episode the other day. It's been a long time since I watched any of it. And I've never gone through all of it. But I watched the first episode the other day because I'm like, oh, maybe after Lower Decks I'll start reviewing the animated series. It's something, Chris. It's something.
I watched it for completeness' sake.
Yeah.
I did that. If you take a drink every time they recycle an animation, you will not survive.
Oh my god, no. No, I was watching one of our sci-fi shows the other day, and they're just like, oh yeah, it was TOS or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, most of these scenes with these other actors are completely recycled from other episodes. I'm like, holy crap, so it was just Kirk in this episode.
A man whose body is equal parts accelerated growth and reverse aging. That's right. Stare at me.
I wasn't staring.
The freak infected by an alien horsebite, doomed to live out his days as half a rascal.
I got the little DS9 uniform guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was half accelerated.
Mm-hmm.
How awful Brad just like ratted them all out. Like, we're gonna
Immediately.
mutiny, and be like, all right, well they're gonna mutiny.
And he was right to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy dealt with it super poorly. Like, that guy should not be in charge of anything. But he was right to do it.
Yeah. I mean, they got him airlocked later, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're at the farm, Chris.
It was a real play. And of course it's the farm. Of course we're shipping them off to the farm, up galaxy where they can live and roam free.
We got a couple of Delta radiation pike chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And we even got the threshold lizard.
Yeah, I think
somebody went warp 10. God
yeah,
damn it.
somebody went warp 10.
How shitty is your ship's doctor that he couldn't fix it when a hologram knows how to fix it?
Yeah, he figured that out. That is the worst part of that episode. Is they could have gone... I'm doing this. They could have gone home. They could have all gone warp 10, and then the doctor could have fixed them when they were back in the goddamn Alpha Quadrant. They fixed that in season 2, Voyager had a way home. Okay.
Well, you know who would have piloted that? It would have been Paris. And after the traumatic experience of sleeping with Janeway, having kids with her, he was not going to do it again, Chris.
Could have been anyone, man. Didn't have to be Paris. It was fine. Anyway, we're done with that. And I think that's the only reference to Threshold that has ever been made in Star Trek. I don't think anyone else has touched that.
Man, I just want to see that in a live action where somebody just has a pet one of those. So like, that's my buddy. We're still waiting to figure out how to bring him back.
Rendezvous with the USS Rubidoux and log. Will you stop it?
Sorry, I just love captain's trinkets, you know?
Come on, give me the dirt. Have you seen Ransom's photon torpedo?
Barf! No! Disgusting! No!
Nina, she takes Becca down to the planet, and it's like this waste just going into these aliens' water. It's kind of like a second contact again. And they, forgot the tricorders, but they're going to purify the water there.
I figured it out.
They go to meet the Rubidoux, and because they're late, they didn't show up, and they're all hiding behind like a sealed door because it's aliens taking over the ship.
I like how there was clearly like a bunch of debris from the ship just floating around, and nobody's like, they just forgot to turn the lights on again. A bunch of dumbasses.
I told her the other week, upgrade your ship.
Talk like after the giant space emergency.
You were taking a dive, weren't you? You figured out I was going to offer you a spot on the Oakland.
Yeah, well, maybe I didn't want my best friend trying to trick me into a job I didn't want. You ever think of that?
We all thought you'd be the first captain from our class.
Becca ends up admitting that she was basically just screwing up on purpose.
I'm actually getting kind of tired of Mariner sandbagging. Like, she just keeps throwing when she's given opportunities to succeed, and it's getting a little tiring. I'd like to see her grow a little more. I quite like the rest of this episode, but I was like, okay, yeah, we've seen this.
I enjoyed the ship getting taken over by the alien, and it looks like a Farpoint ship.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a Farpoint jellyfish. Yeah,
that was good. And they even had the beam of Rubidoux back over, which was out of phase.
Yes, but it wears off. We've established that.
Well, how does Sam know that? I'm not sure Brad is back yet.
Captain's log. The evacuation of the USS Rubidoux was a success thanks to the quick thinking of the Cerritos crew. While the exact classification of this space entity eludes us, we believe it to be peaceful, in search of a home.
Then we get the sad, tearful goodbye of the doggy and Tendi.
Still, like, she built that. What did she look at? Is there some kind of future space Airbud movie where there's a golden retriever that does all this stuff?
I could understand being allowed to do that in the holodeck in real life. On in a Star Trek, like, I didn't even think about this during the episode. I was just enjoying the episode, but afterwards I'm just like, they wouldn't even let her do that. I mean,
just
genetic manipulation. Come on, what if she makes a super dog?
Well, no, you're only not allowed to muck around with humans or sentient life. You can muck around with dogs, I think.
You're telling me dogs aren't sentient life? This dog could talk, Chris.
Yeah, that dog
and it could float.
Yeah.
This is where we have to say goodbye. I never wanted to leave you. You aren't a freak. You're just a good dog. I will never give up trying to get you back home.
Tendi, you have been an exemplary creator.
Even Q could make a talking dog, Chris.
Q didn't make a talking dog. That doesn't mean he couldn't. Pretty sure Q could make a talking dog.
Yeah.
Although that's true. You know, we've seen 2 Qs make dogs, and none of them have been talking. Because Amanda
and the puppies.
Amanda made a bunch of puppies.
Yeah. Brad was about to get some action until that half-accelerated bastard nurse blocked him. Tell ya. He's just like, ooh.
Well, he can always run himself through the transporter again.
Yeah.
Just go back.
I've only got 5 hours. Do we know the location of this farm? Does anybody ever come back? It looks a little Rise-esque.
Yep.
And I mean, those nurses were not just going to evaluate Brad. They were all
over. They were interested.
Yeah.
Oof. This is their calling in life, and they take their job seriously.
You've demonstrated an affinity for liking very odd things. How about you come work at the farm for us?
Well, that's the future of the Federation. Whenever you follow your passions, man.
Oh, we call dibs on this cutie.
Oh. No, he shouldn't even be here. He's not a freak anymore.
You're not.
I have acid reflux. That's kind of freakish. Wait.
Beckett's always got that first officer gig. That's how the episode ends. I mean, should rub that in your mother's face. I'm just saying.
Probably.
And I was expecting the mom to say something with Beckett sitting in the first officer chair.
Yeah, I was expecting something to come from that. She's clearly just sitting there being completely disinterested.
Yeah. So, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Yeah, this was a good episode. Pacing was tight. Jokes were good. The only real issue I had with it was, like I said, I'm getting kind of tired of Mariner sandbagging. I'd like to see her character grow a little bit more. Well, you know, now that we've been complaining so much about how these long-form storytelling things are going, but this is just exactly with her character what the episodic stuff was like. It's like she's going to be the same every week. And I feel like our issue's usually been with the stories being told rather than the format, but now that we've been getting this longer form and these deeper looks at characters, I would appreciate it if we moved a bit on Mariner.
Yeah, it's not easy to get promoted generally because we got real heart blue shirt Picard, and like he had the skills. But I mean, he never went through any of the command stuff, so it just made no sense. It made no sense that she would get promoted, other than having like a good friend. Like that would get you on to Vancouver. Like, you'd be like, oh, my friend's Captain Vancouver. Hey, you want to come over? Yes. All right, you're still going to be cleaning holodeck shit and that other thing too. Yeah, no, I enjoyed this. Tendy's dog was awesome.
Listen, you gotta mess me up again. Not permanently, but maybe like a nice 2-week freak.
I have been tinkering with some ancient plasmas.
Oh, good afternoon. I'm Tendi. How are you today? Ugh, she licked me. What a weirdo.
Really liking Brad, maybe more so because like I'm watching Jack Quaid and the boys too. I'm just like, Jack Quaid's just cool. But yeah, and Sam inventing shit. That's straight out of like a Geordie thing. We got the best engineers, even if they're ensigns. So yeah, overall, enjoyed it. Next week looks like, I don't know, it's kind of like a knockoff Klingon trial thing.
Yeah, will be interesting to see how they ruin diplomatic
When I saw the trial, I'm just like, is this the Q one?
We're waiting for the Q episode for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got 3 episodes left now, so. And then off to Discovery. You excited, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah? And
I'm gonna watch it.
Burnham's gonna hold up a flag, and it's gonna have all the stars of the Federation because she's gonna bring it back.
I know, Jeff. I know.
You do the others. As always, thanks for watching.
Nothing like a big crazy alien to remind you why Space Explorer is such a great gig.
Yeah, it's the best.
Now, Starfleet isn't perfect, but my offer still stands. You want a chance to lead by example? I'd have your back.
If I was gonna rank up for anyone, it would be you.